All right, I'm here with Ray Jones. He's a professor here in the business school at the University of Pittsburgh. Just have a few questions for you today.
Okay.
70% of people in the United States believe companies have an obligation to help social causes.
Right.
Do you personally believe companies should feel some sort of social responsibility?
Okay, so if you talk about, now you remember I am a business ethics professor, and I studied corporate social responsibility. Right? So if you say, why do people believe, customers believe, or consumers believe that companies should support social causes, it's because, rightfully so, right? There have been numerous cause-related marketing campaigns that have been popular and that have, driven a lot of people to support various issues. Like, for example, every year there are various toy drives around the time of the holidays for kids who are in children's hospital that local companies support, that people support here at the university, right? So because of that, people see it. It's normalized, right? As a way of having that impact, right? But I'm going to push you on corporate social responsibility, right? Corporate social responsibility has so many different definitions to it. I mean, if you take an economic definition to it, right, we should do what is profitable within the bounds of law and ethical custom, right? Not just because it fits with marketing, right? But because, right, if we follow laws, right, it provides us with something stable, reasonable, in which we can pursue our business activities. If we don't follow them, right, we risk lawsuits, we risk, various challenges, right? Legal challenges and legitimacy challenges from society, right? So there's that then, and then there's debates out there, okay? To what extent should companies act towards social betterment because of the fact that business plays such a vital role in society? So I think there are a number of reasonable explanations as to why firms help society and feel obligated to do so to some extent.
All right, thank you. I'm just going to give you a few statistics from a pretty controversial case of this.
Okay.
In 2012, Chick-fil-A faced backlash after CEO Dan Cathy said he was opposed to same-sex marriage,
Right.
and there were also reports the company was donating to anti-gay charities.
Right.
However, 49% of adults and 53% of millennials still stated Chick-fil-A had a positive influence on communities, while only 7% of adults and 10% of millennials stated it had a negative influence.
Right.
This was much better than competitors such as McDonald's and KFC.
Right.
Therefore, how much would you say companies championing social issues really has an effect on consumers?
Now, you're mixing a few things there. Right? So you're mixing their stance on the stance on same-sex issues, right? Which again was controversial, as you point out. Right? But then we can't completely discount all of the other things that they do in their whether it's in their marketing, whether it is in their community outreach, whether it is the reasonable way that they treat their employees, and if customers feel like they get good value for their products and things like that, right? So I don't want to completely act as if we're equating, the overall record with their stance on one particular issue, right? However, I would argue, right, that there's an economic case to be made that stepping out and being for a fast food company, right, to be out taking stances on same-sex issues, right? It's a bit odd, and again, from an economic perspective, how is that related to your operations? How is that related to yourself? How is that related to what you do day in and day out? Right? And the argument you would make is that there are customers out there who support same-sex benefit issues and things like that, who are not going to be happy about you taking a negative stance on that, and as a result, you're probably going to see some sort of a negative response to that. So when I try to study the relationship between social performance and financial performance, I always try to get specific with it like that, right? To see if I say something about this issue, then people who feel strongly about that issue, they're going to react positively, negatively, neutral, otherwise, right? So, in that sense, I think you do show, right, that a firm stance on a social issue is going to be evaluated by consumers, right? In that sense, I mean, I think it's actually evidence of it, right?